Welcome to your deep dive. This time, we're
Ah,
exploring Chapter 7, Embraced by Dreams.
oh,
It's a single, captivating story about finding belonging in unexpected places.
interesting.
And our sources are a YouTube transcript and a pasted text excerpt.
Okay.
We'll be focusing on a character named Waswa,
Right.
so get ready for some vivid imagery
Okay.
and a journey that speaks to the universal longing for connection.
It's interesting that you mentioned a universal longing for connection.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how the story explores that theme
Right.
in the context of Waswa's specific journey.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Okay.
The story begins with Waswa arriving in this village after what is implied to be a pretty difficult journey.
Mm-hmm.
He finds refuge in a setting described so evocatively,
Okay.
a hut built from acacia branches, the scent of thatching.
Oh, wow.
Even the rustling leaves are given a voice.
Really?
It's more than just visual, it really sets the mood.
It does make you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is the author using these sensory details to evoke a sense of peace and tranquility?
Right.
Or is there a deeper meaning embedded in the way this setting is presented?
That's a great question. It definitely feels peaceful,
Yeah.
but maybe there's more to it.
Right.
Then we meet Wanyama, who welcomes Waswa,
Mhm.
and they spend the evening sharing stories by firelight.
Oh, nice.
Wanyama talks about the village Waswa, about his travels.
Okay.
It's a pretty classic scene,
Yeah.
but the text describes it almost like a ritual.
And rituals are all about creating connection, aren't they?
Right.
Think about the role of storytelling in our own lives.
Mm.
We share our experiences to build understanding, empathy, sometimes even to forge a shared identity.
Right.
It seems like that's what's happening here between Waswa and Wanyama.
Right. They're not just passing time, they're
Right.
building a bridge between their worlds.
Exactly.
And it makes me think about the power dynamics at play.
Yeah.
Waswa is the outsider seeking refuge.
Right.
Do you think this exchange of stories helps to level the playing field in a sense?
It's certainly possible.
Okay.
By sharing their vulnerabilities, they create a sense of reciprocity.
I see.
Wanyama isn't just a benevolent host.
Right.
He's an active participant
Yeah.
in this exchange,
Yeah.
offering his own stories and experiences.
Right.
It establishes a sense of equality that might not have been there otherwise.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
It moves beyond the simple act of charity
right.
and becomes a genuine exchange.
Exactly.
And the hut itself is described as almost swelling with their shared experiences,
Wow.
which I think is a really cool detail.
That detail is significant, isn't it?
Yeah.
It suggests that the space itself is transformed by their interaction.
Mm.
The hut becomes a container for their shared history, a tangible representation of the connection they're building.
And then we see how the villagers prepare Waswa's sleeping arrangements.
Okay.
A bed of banana leaves for comfort blankets made from the softest wool.
Wow. So thoughtful.
It's such a small gesture, but it speaks volumes about the care they have for him.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
These seemingly insignificant details can reveal a lot about a community's values.
Right.
What stands out to you about this specific act of care?
I think it's interesting that it comes after the sharing of stories. It's almost like that vulnerability created a foundation of trust, allowing for this deeper level of care to emerge.
Right.
It's not just about providing shelter.
No.
It's about making him feel truly welcome.
And that sense of welcome is crucial, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about moving beyond tolerance to a place of genuine acceptance and belonging.
Right.
We see this reflected in how Waswa falls asleep.
Okay.
The narrative shifts into this amazing dreamscape,
Mm-hmm.
a blend of memories from his journey
Wow.
and the new faces he's encountered.
Okay.
It's described as a dance of the past and present, a symphony of hopes and fears.
That's such a beautiful way to describe it.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder,
Yeah.
what exactly is this dreamscape a metaphor for?
Right.
Is it just processing the day's events?
Mm.
Or is there something deeper at play?
It's certainly more than just a rehash of the day.
Right.
Think about it. Waswa has been on a journey,
Yeah.
both literally and metaphorically.
Right.
He's been searching for something.
Okay.
And this dreamscape, with its blend of past and present,
Mm-hmm.
suggests that he's beginning to integrate those experiences
Right.
into a more cohesive sense of self.
So the dreamscape becomes a reflection of his internal landscape,
Exactly.
his hopes, fears, and the way he's trying to make sense of his past.
Exactly. And the fact that this occurs as he's falling asleep in this new environment
Right.
suggests that the sense of welcome he's received
Yeah.
is playing a key role in this process of integration.
That's a really interesting interpretation.
Yeah.
It goes beyond simply finding a place to sleep.
Right.
It's about finding a place where he can begin to process and heal from his past.
Exactly.
And amidst all this swirling emotion, there's this underlying feeling of gratitude that keeps coming through in the text.
Gratitude.
Right.
That's a powerful emotion, isn't it?
Yeah.
It suggests that Waswa is starting to recognize the value of the connection he's found, the profound impact it's having on him.
It's like he's finally allowing himself to feel a sense of belonging, a sense of peace.
Right.
He maybe hasn't felt in a long time.
Exactly. And that's the key, isn't it?
Yeah.
Allowing yourself to feel that sense of belonging.
Right.
It's not something that can be forced or manufactured.
Yeah.
It has to be cultivated, nurtured.
It makes you think about the conditions that need to be in place for someone to feel truly accepted, doesn't it?
Right.
Is it about shared values, common experiences, or something less tangible?
Perhaps it's a combination of factors.
Okay.
Shared values can certainly provide a foundation.
Right.
But it's also about feeling seen and understood as an individual.
Right.
Waswa's journey highlights that belonging isn't necessarily about fitting in. It's about finding a place where your unique story is valued.
That resonates with me.
Yeah.
It's not about erasing our differences.
Right.
It's about finding a space where those differences are respected and celebrated.
Absolutely.
And in Waswa's case, that sense of belonging seems to solidify in his dreams.
Oh, interesting.
The text describes it as a knowing, a certainty that transcends words,
Wow.
that he's exactly where he's meant to be.
That's a powerful image.
It is.
It suggests that the sense of belonging he's experiencing goes beyond the rational, the tangible. It's a deep intuitive knowing that he's found his place.
And it's interesting that this realization comes to him in a dream state.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if sometimes our subconscious minds are more attuned to these deeper truths than our conscious minds.
That's an intriguing idea.
Yeah.
Perhaps when we let go of our conscious control,
Right.
when we surrender to the realm of dreams and intuition, we're able to access a different kind of knowing,
Okay.
a knowing that isn't bound by logic or reason, but by a sense of deep inner connection.
So in a way, Waswa's dreams are a reflection of the transformation that's happening within him.
Precise.
The peace he's finding, the sense of integration.
And it all stems from these simple acts of welcome,
Right.
sharing stories, creating a comfortable space for him.
Right.
It reinforces the idea that belonging doesn't require grand gestures. Often it's the small everyday acts of kindness that make the most profound difference.
And it makes me think about the ripple effect of those actions.
Right.
Wanyama and the villagers welcomed Waswa.
Yeah.
And that act of welcome created a space for him to heal, to grow, to find a sense of peace. Who knows what he might go on to do, how he might pay it forward because of that experience.
That's a beautiful thought.
Yeah.
It speaks to the interconnectedness of our lives, the way our actions can have unforeseen consequences,
Right.
spreading outwards like ripples in a pond.
It also highlights the responsibility we have to create those ripples of kindness and welcome. In our own communities, it's not just about individual well-being.
Right.
It's about fostering a culture of belonging that benefits everyone.
Absolutely. And that can manifest in so many ways.
Yeah.
A listening ear, a helping hand, a simple act of acknowledgement.
Yeah.
These seemingly small things can have a profound impact on someone's sense of belonging.
We often underestimate the power of those everyday interactions, don't we?
We do.
But they're the building blocks of community, the threads that weave us together.
And the more we focus on strengthening those threads,
Yeah.
the more resilient and vibrant our communities become.
It's a reminder that creating a sense of belonging isn't just about grand initiatives or social programs.
Right.
It's about the choices we make in our everyday lives, the way we interact with each other,
Right.
the way we choose to see and value those around us.
Beautifully put. It's about cultivating a mindset of inclusivity,
Yeah.
of recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every individual,
Right.
regardless of their background or circumstances.
And that's a powerful message to carry with us, isn't it?
It is.
Especially in a world that can often feel so divided and disconnected.
Yeah.
This story reminds us that we all have the capacity to create a sense of belonging, both for ourselves and for others.
Indeed. And that's perhaps the most hopeful takeaway of all.
Yeah.
The realization that we're not passive bystanders in this journey.
Right.
We have the power to choose connection, to cultivate belonging,
Right.
to make a difference in the lives of those around us.
And those choices, those small acts of welcome,
Yes.
they have the potential to create a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves,
Absolutely.
transforming individuals, communities, and ultimately the world around us.
Exactly.
It's fascinating how Embraced by Dreams
Yeah.
manages to weave together so many different themes.
Right.
The power of storytelling, the importance of community, and that deep human need for belonging.
Yeah.
And it does it all with such evocative language and imagery.
It does, doesn't it? And what's striking is that the story doesn't shy away from the complexities of Waswa's journey.
All right.
He's clearly been through a lot.
Yeah.
But the narrative doesn't dwell on the negative.
Right.
Instead, it focuses on the transformative power of connection and hope.
It's like the story itself is offering a kind of roadmap,
No.
showing us how even in the face of hardship, it's possible to find healing and growth through connection.
Yeah.
And it highlights the importance of being open to new experiences, new people.
Right.
Waswa could have easily stayed isolated.
Yeah.
But he chose to open himself up to the possibility of belonging. And that's what ultimately led him to find his place.
That resonates with me.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that sometimes the most profound transformations happen
Right.
when we step outside of our comfort zones, when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable and connect with others in authentic ways.
So are you saying that vulnerability is a key ingredient in fostering belonging?
I think it plays a crucial role.
Okay.
When we share our stories, our vulnerabilities,
Right?
we create a space for empathy and understanding to emerge.
Nice.
It allows others to see us, to connect with us on a deeper level.
Yeah.
And that connection is the foundation of belonging.
It makes me think about the role of community in all of this. It's
Yeah.
not just about individual acts of kindness.
Right.
It's about creating a collective sense of welcome, a culture where everyone feels seen and valued.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that requires a conscious effort,
Right.
a willingness to move beyond our individual needs and consider the needs of the collective. It's about fostering a sense of shared responsibility for each other's well-being.
So it's not just about waiting for someone to extend a welcoming hand. It's about being that welcoming hand for others.
Yeah.
It's about taking the initiative to create those moments of connection, those spaces where belonging can flourish.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
And as we wrap up this deep dive into Embraced by Dreams,
Okay.
I'm left with this question.
Yeah.
What small act of welcome can you offer someone today? What story can you share that might help someone feel seen and connected?
All right.
It's a question worth pondering.
It really is. This has been the Deep Dive.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us as we explored the power of belonging and the magic that happens when we open ourselves up to connection.